Hello, welcome back. In today's video, we'll be doing a brief guide for mcMMO Alchemy. I'll be going over catalysts and concoctions, which are the two things that you can unlock by leveling up that skill. Concoctions are unique potions, and catalyst is just an increase in potion crafting time. And if you look over here, you'll see a brief description of what catalysts are, and it does say that you can increase the crafting time by up to 4 times at level 1000. So that means at like 100, you'll get like a 40% increase, and so on and so forth. So every 100 levels is about 40% increase in crafting time. And then for the list of concoctions, that'll kind of vary depending on what version of Minecraft MMO you're running. If you're running Legacy or Overhaul, there's going to be like 8 to 10 concoctions in total. They can provide very unique debuffs or buffs that are handy in PvP or PvE situations. One example would be the potion of saturation, which will actually fill your hunger bar. And if you put that on a timer with a dispenser as a splash potion, you can actually AFK longer, especially on a hard world that becomes necessary since you can die from hunger. And these are just other various things like nausea. You can cause dizziness and other like resistance potions to decrease the damage taken even more significantly. So yeah, the concoctions are very powerful, and they're pretty much the only reason that I find to level alchemy. You know, the increased speed in crafting doesn't really help me too much. So the reason I level it, so I can use the unique concoctions that you find in mcMMO. So now that we're more familiar with some of the basics of Minecraft MMO Alchemy, what are the easiest ways to level it? Well, it's not the easiest things to level. It's definitely the hardest to grind. You're going to want to have, created a mob farm, have a solid source of glass or sand, and like a big sugarcane farm as well. That way you're able to craft the potions necessary. So like you see behind me, that type of mob farm will provide you with plenty of gunpowder. The reason you need gunpowder is because splash potions will provide you the most experience per brew. And the reason that is because every stage of the brew gives you double experience of the previous stage, starting at the first brew, which you see here, of 15 experience. The second brew will be 30 experience. The third brew will be 60 experience, and then all the way up to the fourth brew, which will be the splash potion of 120 experience per bottle brewed, which is why you definitely are going to need a mob farm before you even consider grinding Minecraft MMO Alchemy. All right, so let's go over the semi-automatic grinder that you can make for Minecraft MMO Alchemy. Now, again, it is one of the few skills that you can't fully automate it because you do have to manually put in the ingredients into the brew stand themselves for it to count towards your XP. But you can fill the water bottles automatically and unload the brew stands of the brewed potions once those have been completed. And that is exactly what this little contraption does behind you. Up at the top has a little water filled section where you can fill the water bottles, and then they'll be thrown up into the air and fall into the hopper collection system and then dispersed into the hoppers that'll fill the brew stands below. And those brew stands are activated so they won't automatically unfill until I switch another lever, and then that is all filled into hoppers at the bottom once I flip that lever and filled into a dropper, which I can turn on, or I can have it go into a storage system below that. So let me go ahead and demonstrate some of that real quick for you. So at the front here, we do have this lever at the top. I can flip this lever, and that lever will get the cart moving. Sometimes you do have to push it once it's in place, but we can easily access it by jumping on top of the hoppers and then brew stands, and then that'll go and collect the water bottles from the chest above. Filling the water bottles is fairly easy, so let me grab some bottles to show you. If I grab a stack and then go into survival mode, this is how you fill the bottles. All you got to do is look up at the water and right click. Once your inventory is full, they'll start just going up in the air, falling down onto the hopper system that I have below me. And then it'll be picked up by the minecart hopper and then dispensed into all the brew stands, essentially. So that's a very simple way to fill that up quickly. I went with this mechanism and the minecart instead of, a bunch of hoppers on top of a water flow system. And then once everything is said and done and you want to empty it, you can flip this lever. This will let all of the water bottles empty into this dropper or the hoppers that lead into the dropper. And then to get them to drop out, we can just flick this lever and it'll empty them all out. Or we can put a hopper system underneath that dropper and put a storage system below if you want to save any of the potions that we're crafting. Again, with Minecraft MMO, it can't be fully automated. You do have to manually put in the ingredients yourself. The best way to speed up the leveling process of Minecraft MMO is to utilize the party system that comes with the plugin. You have something that's called XP share. So when you're in the party with someone that is in the close vicinity and you're both grinding the same skill, you're going to level it up much quicker. That is pretty much the only way that I like to level alchemy. I hate doing it a solo grind, but if you have to, you're gonna want to make something like this. And if you want to make something like this and you want to make specifically the one that I did, just let me know in the comment section below. I'll go ahead and get a world save and a little tutorial video on how I made mine step by step, since it's a slight variation of the ones that I found on the internet. If you like the video, please give me a like and subscribe for the next one, because we'll be doing more Minecraft MMO guides in the future. All right, thanks. Bye. Tutorial video on how I built mine specifically, since it's a little bit of a variation.